Faisal Westcott, a photographer and a filmmaker that I really admire, said recently in one of his videos that the best thing about visiting a place as a photographer is that you don't know anything about it. I wanted to use that line and create something, better for this intro, but I'm not nearly as talented a writer. But going into the unknown is exactly what I felt when we flew to Baku to Azerbaijan a month ago. I had no idea where we were heading. The idea was actually simple. We wanted to go and meet a friend who is very close to us, who has been living in Azerbaijan for some time. He, like many other people, friends that we know, seek refuge in a foreign country simply because he refused to participate, rather be forced to participate in a war that he did not choose. I only had 5 days left in Baku and I really wanted to explore the city. I thought the best way to do it would be to film it. So I went out every day early in the morning to film the streets and the architecture of the city. I had to go out early morning because by 8 o'clock the desert sun would turn really harsh. So I tried to get as many shots as quickly as possible. Amongst the shy residents, the friendly cats and the old streets, what stood out to me was how much the city's architecture, both modern and old, embraced its light. They seem to complement each other. I've only felt something similar in the old parts of Jaipur in Rajasthan, India. It's always fascinating to me when the architecture of a place merges with its environment. The camera loved it for sure. Now don't let these images fool you though. Baku is a very modern city filled with both liberals and orthodox, and I felt each have their own story to tell. I was in Baku with my Sony FX30, a camera that I recently purchased for filming, and I was happily surprised to see how much the city inspired me to actually take photos. I think I took as many photos as I did videos. And the most surprising thing was a camera that is primarily built for filming, for videos, was able to deliver such high quality images. Now don't let me lead you into thinking that you can use the photos that you get out of the FX30 and print them out for large billboards. But as far as social media is concerned, I think the images that you get will do their job. And I really want to do a video later on where I want to only talk about the photography that you can do with a camera like the Sony FX30. We took a car to a place called Gabustan next, and I got to see life outside the city, outside the comforts of a modern society. Traveling across the countryside felt like taking a trip back in time. We wanted to go see the old caves of Gabustan, where I was told there are ancient cave paintings, and there's nothing more in this world I love more than history, human history more so. But unfortunately, by the time we reached there, the gates were already closed. I think the gates were supposed to be closed at 5. We reached 10 minutes after 5, and no amount of pleading that we did with the guards did not matter. They did not let us go in, and I was devastated because I think we had only 2 days left before we had to leave back home, and I really did not want to waste a day because it took an entire day to drive all the way out to Gabustan from the city. And just when I thought all hope is lost, there rolls in this gentleman with his jeep, and he invites us to show us the mud volcanoes. The mud volcanoes, I did not even know such thing existed. There was something remarkable about this man. I was as mesmerized with our driver and guide as I was with the landscape that was around us, both glowing under the bronze light of the evening sun. As we crossed the old country, it felt like the landscape has not changed for a million years, and it very well might be so. Our new friend was sharing stories from his young age when this was all under the Soviet Union, of his failed love, his son who got sent to the war with Armenia and who is now back home but severely injured. Everything seemed to merge together. The mud volcanoes were fascinating to me. Our guide wanted to show us how the gas that comes out of the volcano could be ignited with a matchstick. It did not exactly work out how he wanted, but it did not take away anything from the experience. This was a perfect end to what has been an amazing journey. The next few days I spent exploring different parts of the city, its bookstores and different neighborhoods, some prosperous, some not. But every corner stood proud, basking in the glory of its heritage and the fantastic textures. Baku gave me so much inspiration and somewhat a direction of the art that I want to create for this channel, and it showed me how modern and traditional values could coexist. It showed me how to be kind and how to love And most importantly, it showed me that the photographer in me is not totally dead yet. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you again for watching the content that I put out on this channel. I'm trying to be more regular, and yeah, thanks again for coming over and spending this time with me. You guys are awesome. Peace.